What's up, Glass Specialist fans? John Bonner coming to you from the location of our second glass shop. When I say second glass shop, we weren't multiplying glass shops. We were moving from one spot to another. If you watched the first video, I talked about Enterprise and Jim McCall pushing me to start the first shop. One thing we really didn't get into in the first video was some of the struggles I had there. I can tell you the first year we didn't make any money. None. In fact, at the time I was painting cars, so I would paint cars at night, and that would be just enough that I could meet payroll and pay for the one team member we had, Shane Scott. Shane Scott, if you see this, shout out to you, bud. He left the current glass shop that he was at to come and help us, and he was a window tinner and could install glass, so that was cool. But we had a lot of challenges on the retail side. We ended up getting really lucky, picking up a couple of accounts. One of them being Sean Howard. Shout out to Sean Howard. The other one was a rental car company, and they saved our bacon. But we were just maintaining. I had a hard time growing. Of course, I was sharing that with Jim every time he would come in. And one day he came and he said, "I got it figured out. I'm gonna build you a new shop, and you're gonna move and you're gonna buy it." He was really adamant that I buy the next shop that I was at, which I don't think made financial sense for him. I think he would have done better if he would have rented it to me. But he always told me the story about his pool business. He said he made just enough money to make it buy, but the majority of the money that came to him over his lifetime was on real estate. So he was convinced that I needed to do the same thing. That's where he said he got the seed money to start McCall Development, which is now Josephine Crossing. So I was all in, you know. This guy, when he told me to do something, I'd do it, and it always worked out for me. So he said I need to go talk to a bank. So I go marching into a bank, 25 years old, and I say I need to buy some commercial property. And they said, okay. And they gave me a list of stuff that I had to bring them. I hadn't heard of any of this stuff at the time. I knew how to put in windshields, but I didn't know what a P&L was, profit and loss. They were asking for all these financial stuff, and I had no clue. So I went back and talked to Jim, and he says, let me send you to my bank. And he called his banker, and I don't know what the conversation went down, but in my head, I think he said, "Because I told you to." I don't know how it went, but I can tell you I went and talked to Jim McCall's banker, sat down and talked to the guy for a little while. I was just honest with him. It's like, I don't know the stuff that you need. And he said, well, you're going to have to talk to your accountant, see if you can come up with it. So I came up with all the information they need. Second meeting, I gave it to him. He sat there and he just looked through the papers. And I'm sitting there. The suspense was killing me. I wanted this building. I really knew we needed to move. I knew that driving traffic would be way higher. It was non-existent where we were at. So, I mean, I'm not sleeping at night. I just need the bank to tell me it's okay. He finally looked up to me and he said,
"Son, you don't look good on paper."
He said, but Jim McCall, he believes in you. So I believe in you. We're going to make this happen. So, yeah, I did a little happy dance inside. He told me I did need to come up a 20% down for houses at the time, residential. I think you could get a house with 5% or even less than that down. They needed 20% down. So I went back to Jim and I said, well, we got some good news, some bad news. The good news is they're going to approve me. The bad news is they need some money for a down payment, and I don't have that. Well, him and his sons got together and they figured out how to loan me the money for the down payment. So I was going to go into this new building financed 100%, but it didn't make me that nervous because we'd already figured out how to at least break overhead at the place we were at, and this was actually going to cost about the same per a month. So over the next couple months, we got moved, we got the building, moved in, and I can tell you right now, right when we moved in, we jumped up about 20-30%. We now had people, we would get some walk-ins here and there, and the biggest thing was when we would give people directions to the old shop, they got lost. I mean, I spent so much energy in trying to give the best directions that I possibly could to get to our shop, and people they got lost. Some people even gave up. So at the second one, it was really easy. You say go down 29th, go past the Wave Car Wash, take a right on Millennium, and you'll see us because we got a big old sign. So the next couple years, we actually grew this thing. We were lucky. We got some awesome guests coming, got awesome clients. It just kept growing. Over the next 10 years, we really turned it into a monster. We got to where we were doing about 20 a day in 2 bays, 20 to sometimes even up to 30. And it was time to move on. So that's going to be the next story. We're going to talk about our awesome facility in Shiloh Crossing. A little hint, when I moved into Shiloh, I wasn't as confident as when I moved into here. Now I had a family to support. I didn't quite have the tolerance for risk, and there were some sleepless nights there, but I'll get into that in the next video. Thanks again for everybody that's watching these videos. I read every single one of your comments on Facebook and in the comment section. What I'm going to do for you guys is, if you can leave a comment over the next 5 videos, we'll just say on the 10th video, I'm going to announce a winner of a $100 gift card. So if you leave a comment in the comment section, hit that like button. 10th video, maybe I'm going to say your name. You can come in and get a $100 gift card. Have a great day.